I used to think I could live two versions of myself without consequence. The polished one I offered to the world, and the hidden one I kept tucked away like a glowing ember I wasn't willing to let burn out. On the outside, my life looked perfect. I had Marcus, a husband whose quiet warmth made everyone feel safe. People often told me how lucky I was, and I believed them. But I also craved a spark I hadn't felt in years. That spark arrived in the form of Julian, reckless, charming, and dangerously self-assured. He made me feel noticed in a way I hadn't since I was young, when desire felt effortless. What started as harmless messages turned into late-night conversations, and eventually into plans we both knew we shouldn't make. I told Marcus I was meeting an old friend at a charity event hosted at a villa outside the city. I didn't realize he had grown suspicious, or that he already knew far more than I imagined. The villa felt unreal, washed in amber light and full of laughter, champagne and citrus drifting through the halls. Julian found me as soon as I stepped in. He gave me that smile, the one that made everything else blur. Leaning close, he whispered, "You're sure he hasn't figured anything out?" I laughed too easily. Marcus never questions me. He trusts me completely. That arrogance, so blind, so careless, would be the knife I twisted into myself. Julian led me upstairs to a quiet room. My heart raced with the thrill of being somewhere I shouldn't, of doing something that made me forget every responsibility tethering me to real life. But just as he reached for me, the door swung open. Marcus stood there. He didn't explode. He didn't raise his voice. He just stood with a calm so sharp it made the air feel colder. And behind him were others, people we knew, people who recognized us, people whose faces I never expected to see in that moment. Julian backed away quickly, as if touching me had suddenly become a mistake. I tried to speak, lie, justify, beg, anything, but Marcus lifted a hand, and whatever I was about to say died on my tongue. He stepped forward and held up his phone. On the screen were the messages I thought I'd deleted. The flirtation, the secrets, every reckless thing I had said to Julian when I assumed they would stay hidden forever. "I'm not here to argue," Marcus said, his voice steady enough to cut through every corner of the room. "I just came to show you I'm done pretending." Then he paired his phone to the villa's sound system. My own voice filled the room, laughing, confiding, confessing things I could never take back. "He trusts me too much. I feel alive with you, not with him." Each sentence hit harder than the one before it, echoing through the room and through every person who heard it. Faces shifted, shock, disappointment, revulsion. I whispered for him to stop, but he let the entire recording play until the silence afterward felt suffocating. When it ended, he looked at me. No fury, just heartbreak so deep it hollowed me out. "You said I don't make you feel alive anymore," he murmured. "I hope he's worth the burial you gave us tonight." No yelling. No insults. Just finality. He walked past me without a touch, without a glance, like I was someone he barely knew. And I didn't reach for him. I already knew he wouldn't let me. Someone grabbed Julian by the arm, guiding him toward the stairs. No one defended him. No one defended me. The people who once greeted me with warmth couldn't even look in my direction. Their whispers clung to me like smoke. I collapsed to the floor, shaking, wishing I could tear the night apart and stitch it back into something different. But the truth was out, raw and exposed for everyone to see. The image I'd spent years carefully polishing had shattered in one brutal moment. Marcus didn't turn around. Not once. And as he disappeared through the doorway, I finally realized I hadn't just destroyed my marriage. I'd destroyed the version of myself I believed in. I thought I was untouchable, in control. I was wrong.